A.R.T. Live Life Podcast. A.R.T. Live. The acronym A.R.T. is a reason to, so a reason to live life podcast.
Ooh, I agree with that.
Yes, y'all already know who it is. Y'all know where we at. It's your boy MP here as always. And thank y'all for tuning in for another wonderful, and thank y'all for tuning in because I fucked that up. I'm gonna say it again. Thank y'all for tuning in to another wonderful, exciting sounding. We still don't know who's the president yet episode of Live from the Couch Podcast. Of course, I got my man to the right,
Mr. Gray,
and Black by popular demand. Also, we need to ask Lady of the Couch.
hey,
Candace Joy. Hey, everybody.
Oh, and
that was just my introduction.
And like for y'all to please clap in your car, in your room, on your couch.
don't clap in your car, please.
Why they can't clap in the car?
If you are driving, you cannot clap in the car.
How you can't clap in the car?
You are
If you're
driving.
If you're driving, then
Don't
Motherfucker, y'all
clap
never drove without
Don't
your
listen to
hands,
Mike,
man.
everyone, if you're driving.
Oh, wait.
Do not clap in the car, okay?
if you're a passenger, go ahead.
Right. Drivers, hands on the wheel. Okay?
No need driving, guys. I know it's cool.
If you could drive without your hands on the wheel, clap real quick. Killing me, man.
Low key, shout out to y'all.
And first of all, I
can't
wasn't
do
even. First of all, I wasn't even just talking to the people that like drive. I'm talking about motherfuckers sitting in the passenger seat and the back seat,
it. On the bus.
or the bus, motherfucking bus too. You feel? Me? Give it up to our guest, the man himself. Don't need no introduction, but I gave him one, Mr. Furlought.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Are you guys gonna
Blacklight
clap?
out. Appreciate y'all for having me, man. For sure. From
Always.
LA to Chicago, everywhere in between, man. I'm grateful to be here, especially in
Thanks for coming.
Hey, that's a cool little thing for us. Like, this nigga said from everywhere, grateful to be. Hey,
Yeah, I'm
that's
just
from the
saying,
heart.
man.
That's from the heart.
Every
Appreciate
day
it.
is a gift, man. It's a gift, especially now.
I concur.
Definitely. We're glad to have you on as a guest. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate, and you are one of like the strongest supporters of the podcast early on with
We
the
appreciate you.
with the groundwork with us.
Hey,
You
man,
know what I'm saying?
I have to
Watch
support
listen.
y'all, man. For just for the simple fact that, man, y'all podcast is the reason why I have one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, appreciate that.
No, for sure. Like, no
Definitely.
smoke. You know what I'm saying? This is no cabbage at all. You feel me?
No cabbage.
No cabbage at all. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
No, definitely appreciate it. So, and you know, he went to the great University of Alabama A&M. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So,
Shout out to HBCU.
HBCU as always. You feel me?
yeah,
So,
man. It was a good time.
and from the great time, bro.
Very.
From great.
Oh my God, man. That seemed so long ago, though.
Yeah, it definitely was.
So long.
And from the great city of Chicago too. So, damn, it's a lot of
Greatest
great.
city in the world.
great-
Shout out to the Midwest,
Greatest.
per usual.
Oh, okay, good way to jab it in there, Candy.
Right.
You gonna leave it
Y'all-
hanging up? There we go.
It's like that
Person-
scene Cosby Show. Ohio, New Jersey, remember? Nobody remembers.
No.
No, it's okay.
It's all good.
That was a self-promotion.
No, I just thought of Ohio. She's from
I'm
Ohio.
from Ohio. So.
Oh, we know, Dave.
Wait, what's your podcast? Oh, is that?
Yeah, plug that.
Oh yeah, Art Live Life podcast. You
Say
can
that
visit
again?
Art Live Life podcast.
Art Live.
Art Live. The acronym ART is a reason to, so a reason to live life podcast.
Ooh, I agree with
Clever.
that all the way.
Damn, that shit was cold as hell. I want
So
to
what y'all be talking about on there?
I mean, I usually just have artists, of course. You know what I mean? Just teasing out the process of why you do what you do. You know, what makes you get up every day.
Awesome.
And like I was telling Mike, it's more about the information. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we just need information to get what we need to do. You know what I mean? So,
Boss,
Not
that
good.
motherfucker came with a banger right
yeah, I mean,
What was
if you're going to do something, you feel me?
Well, you said, what was the acronym for ART again?
A reason to
A reason to
live life.
Ooh, a reason to live. Hey, that shit cold as hell, bro.
I appreciate it.
That shit go nutty like a motherfucker.
Drops.
What's it on?
Oh. So that.
You can find it on my website, the Black Podcast app. This is a plug.
Yeah.
The Black Podcast app, man. You can find it there.
Oh.
And you can find it on iTunes, all the streaming platforms,
Oh,
podcast
really?
streaming.
The Black Podcast app?
Okay.
Oh, he told me about it earlier.
I was gonna-
Yeah, we can talk about
I
that.
feel
Hey, guys.
ashamed. This is my first time hearing about that.
Same.
Hey, we just went live like November 1st, so
Oh,
Wait,
you're
the
responsible for that?
well, my podcast is on the network. So.
Yeah. Oh,
Got you.
that's-
Okay.
Yeah.
Black
We gonna get that
Nice.
information.
Okay.
Definitely get that
For
information.
sure, man. We can
But
Awesome.
what's up?
let me get these drops out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because I
There we
love
go.
doing the drops. But the drops make a nigga get hot in here.
That was a drop. That was a drop. What I just did.
I'm
What?
gonna take
I
my
just did this. I didn't know if people
clothes
knew what I was doing. Because it could
I knew.
be taken a couple of different ways, so I was just like,
Ah.
I'm dropping something.
Dropping something, got you. And I'm gonna drop this bar right quick. Make sure this your first time watching us on the YouTube. You feel me? With the great smiles and the faces and characters on that video screen. You feel me? On your phone, your tablet, or your cast into your big screen TV, or if you got a smart TV through the app. Hit that subscribe button so you can get our notifications when we drop our videos on the YouTube channel. You feel me? Also, for those that, you know what I'm saying, you need a little listening to when you jog, a little listening to when you ride your bike, and a listening to when you pulling through traffic. We on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Spotify.
Bye.
Oh, your listening pleasure.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, like I said in the beginning, we still don't know who the president is. And this shit is fucking hilarious, but
That's crazy.
I will like to say, Ralph the back.
At the time of this recording,
Need to
we don't.
update.
At the time of the recording, we do not know. At the time of this
And
recording.
it'll be wild if it's at the time of the drop.
Right.
So, because they're like,
What are the numbers?
They say they're gonna
Let's
say, oh, okay, yeah. So we're gonna drop soon, supposedly. So
oh,
it doesn't matter. But
Okay.
hey, listen.
What?
Hopefully, we will be
This is just
informed.
all I gotta say is I got a couple of things. I got three. I'm gonna start with the second one.
Okay.
I honestly didn't think Joe Biden was even gonna win this motherfucker. I ain't even gonna lie. You can call me what
A
you
lot of
want.
people didn't.
Definitely didn't think that
At all.
Oh, ye of little faith.
I did. When the racists get mad, them motherfuckers come in flocks. So I was
You've
like,
seen 70 million of them.
70 million.
Yeah,
Says
it's
you
more
did.
than that.
And I wanna
Imagine
get-
the ones that couldn't vote.
Oh, and
Yep.
and I am one of them people. I
Imagine the
believe.
ones that voted the other way.
So,
Just
and that's a
cause.
lot of
'cause.
racists. And if you
Few.
say, oh, if I'm
Yep.
Republican, I'm not racist.
Damn.
Republican for the most part are racist, but I'm gonna get to that a little later in the podcast. So, but third thing I wanted to say, black people, you motherfuckers came out and showed out. Like y'all, like out in the populated metropolitan areas of the United States of America,
All
y'all
the big
motherfuckers really
cities.
showed out.
Yeah.
Well
Now,
behaved, everything.
I am still of a book. But
Everybody was in straight lines, not
oh, them motherfuckers early voting out there. They had their
Y'all
snacks.
was standing some craziness. I was
Hey,
looking at
look.
the people like, oh, I've been alive since 6 a.m. What in the world? If you don't find another voting center, pull your ass in the damn parking lot. What is wrong with you? But I mean, hey, shout out to y'all though. Y'all, you still made a difference. You know, regardless of whether you waited in line for 6 hours or 6 minutes. You know what I mean?
6
So-
minutes for me. 6
Right.
minutes
Not
of
even
pressure
nothing
on.
for me.
Oh,
I went right into Manchester faithful youth center over across by the chicken dandy. Dead ass. And I walked right in.
Did you go on voter day?
I did.
As
I
did
walked
I.
right in.
Right before work.
I had a poll pass because I filled out mine. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know about this.
Okay.
So I filled my poll pass out like a month ago, and like it's a website where you can go and you fill out all of the ballot info, and it saves all of the stuff, and it just saves it to your phone. And then when you go,
You'd be like,
it's a
click on it.
barcode, and you just bloop, and you just bloop, you out.
Nice.
And so I filled it out, and I thought people knew about it. That's what people was like talking about. my ballot wasn't received. Well, just do a poll pass. Like, I was just like, all right.
You know, that's,
but I thought
that's
people was just
probably
like,
by design.
right. I thought people was just like, no, I'm not.
Niggas got phones.
Right, and so right,
So-
I was like, listen, you know, I didn't want to press people, so hey, vote how you want to vote. But I did. I walked right in there, no wait, boom.
I voted a week before. I went to the Staples Center.
Okay.
And
How was that crowd?
It was no crowd, bro.
Yeah.
It's nobody in line. Like I had to go find somewhere to park. Horrible ass parking there.
I feel like maybe people thought it would have been a big crowd.
Yo,
Yeah.
it was lit. Like, it was about damn near. They had like 2 levels of booths. Even if they had line, it was no way to
Yeah,
take
it's big as fucking the same.
They let niggas vote on the court.
Nah, they definitely wouldn't hit me.
Hell no.
You shit. It been
Right,
niggas
Senate
in there
court
with
and
their
shit with
shoes.
your vote.
Hell no.
Niggas in there,
Damn, Kobe.
motherfuckers would have wrote Kobe name in. Kobe, bro. Hey, you know he
Kobe.
can't.
Breathe in the
You know he can't get
Right
it.
in. Niggas just wrote it.
Fuck,
Like,
nigga, it's Kobe.
walked on these planks.
But I voted a week before at the Staples Center. It was literally no line. Went in there, in and out. I would say one of the polls lady, which was some old people. I would say, you know what? I think next year I want to get a group of like younger people. When I say young people, like 30, mid 20s to mid 30s. That group. I don't want no like 18-year-olds. I don't want no motherfuckers doing some illegal shit or some dumb shit on social media, fucking up. But I think I want to do like some posts. Be a pollster or work the polls, like be.
Just a poll worker.
Like-
Poll work, yeah.
Poll work.
Like I really want to get like at least 5-10 of us, and I want to do like work the poll because it was a lot of.
No,
it
you want
wasn't
to work the what?
work the poll.
You want to work the poll?
Work the poll.
Mike would like to work the poll, everybody. So
Mike want to be a
I
poll
know,
worker, y'all.
As soon as you say, what, I was like,
Mike want to be a poll worker.
The click. That's why.
work the what?
So for election processes, I would like to be one of the people that
Next
work
year or in 4 years?
I'm through.
in 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Work the polls of elections.
Huh.
POLLS. I'm not like a Donald Trump and spell it POLLS.
Good. We need more people to.
But no, I really want because like I think because
What
like
inspired that?
because it was a lot of old people and I was like reading a lot of like
Working the polls?
Oh,
Yo, when I said it, it didn't. And then
She's a
as soon as it left my mouth, I was like, oh.
oh, you got mad when it left your mouth?
Oh!
Bazinga!
Yo, this is gonna be a never-ending episode, right?
Okay. But no,
Oh,
stay on focus,
man.
No, I do want to like get a group of us and work the polls and like have
There has to be
work the election center. So, but yes, black people, you are turned
That's the
out to
club
vote.
name, election
I
center.
still, I do want to make this disclaimer. I am a person that if you chose not to vote, I am not one to demean you or so like that. If you have a reason for your purpose not to, I respect it because that is democracy. That is being a human being of choosing what you want to do. But for those that did decide to go out and vote, you motherfuckers showed out and y'all got this man Biden about to beat this man Trump at the moment the way the numbers look. Now my first one I wanted to get to is shout out to, and this is not just to exclude the other legislators out there of color that and minorities that did some stuff, did work out there to get this black vote. But shout out to Miss Stacey Abrams for flipping Georgia, bro. Like Georgia is like I was shocked
She
as
just flipped
hell
the script.
that motherfucker kept going up for Biden, and I was like, damn, like. And all these articles and people coming out saying like she really hit the ground running, especially after I think 2 years ago she ran for governor, and as we know,
They
really
stole
bullshit,
that shit.
horrible voter suppression and things like that. Which hopefully, I do want to say this, Biden, if you win, let's get to these voting rights acts and let's like renew them. Since Mitch McConnell bitch ass don't want to do that shit, but that's another thing. But shout out to Miss Stacey Abrams for what she did for the state of Georgia. Again, this is not to discredit any other legislators of color that did anything, but she flipped Georgia, and Georgia been red since '92. They said since Bill Clinton.
Yep.
That's 30 years. Damn, that shows how old I am, but that's a long ass time.
But it also just kind of shows that how it didn't have to be red for 30 years.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You know,
well,
people are just now learning about voter suppression for one, because
Well, say younger people.
no,
I think much older. No, I think much older people have already understood.
I'm telling you right
For real?
now. Yes, there are adults who did not know that that was a thing. So you're giving them too much credit.
Okay,
that's how dumb we are. That's how dumb we are as Americans, though. Too. Americans in general are just kind of the ignorance is
really real.
Yeah, that's how Republicans stay in power. They juice off the ignorance of white people.
Did you see the tweet from this wasn't a white girl, this was a black girl, and she tweeted out, and I swear I hope she was trolling, but she tweeted out, she was like, I didn't see Joe Biden on the ticket, so I voted for Trump, y'all. And
she didn't see him on the ticket.
So somebody replied, and it was like, "What are you talking about? Like, he was definitely on there." And she was like, and then she replied to that, and she was like, "Oh well, I didn't know his full name was Joseph, so I was looking for Joe, and so I voted for Trump."
Did she not know his last name?
And so
I'm so confused.
So that if that's true, but the thing is that there were over 100,000 people that voted for Kanye. So, I don't put it past this to be not true. You know what I mean?
I always tell people, it's 330 million people in this country. Y'all better start thinking, motherfucker.
But there were like 5 people on my ballot.
Hey,
like, vote for one of the other people.
But that,
which is like, I'm gonna vote for Trump because she knows the name.
And the funny thing with my statement, it's 330 million people, I guess, officially that are in this country.
Right.
But the vote tally is only 100 and close to 150 million.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there's children, and then there's like.
It ain't that many.
And there's people that can't actually.
A lot of people are not voting.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of people who don't want to vote.
Exactly.
Right.
And then there's.
That's only, I would say that's probably maybe only 10% of the missing people.
And then there's like.
The rest is just unable to vote.
Homeless.
Age.
A lot of homeless
displaced.
Incarcerated.
Incarcerated.
I think California
USA is number one. That's the only category that the United States leads the world in.
Incarceration.
Is number of incarcerated humans.
Because it's a business.
Wild.
That's
it started with slavery.
Also the number of people who believe in God. That's it.
That definitely.
Irony.
Did not know that.
The irony.
But
we lead in no other statistical category.
But it's again. And then the funny thing is Trump.
Oh no, that's we're up there, but we don't need it.
And the other funny thing is Trump got more votes than he did last time in the popular vote, and still losing the popular vote by 4 million people. And the Republicans have not won the popular vote since since Reagan. So, which again, you racist Republicans, and that's what I was saying. And for those that gonna say, Republicans not racist, let me explain. White people control. White people are the movement and things. So when people like to always say, black people used to be Republicans and stuff like that, the only reason was because of the slavery ending, supposedly. See, everything moves how black people are treated. So when the Civil Rights Act was passed, white people said, government wants to get involved and make black people equal. We don't agree with that. They went to the other fucking party. So clearly, when white people didn't like government involvement to treat everyone in this country equal, they say we go to the party that didn't do it, which was the Republicans. So then that's why black people went Democrat and white people went Republican, and mostly were racist. So, and if we look also at the map, the most least educated states in the United States are all Republican states.
I swear they're the smartest motherfuckers.
Oh no,
They'll be the main ones.
They just understand their privilege of living in this country.
They
are the most. That's why Republicans that's why Trump the most stupidest motherfucker. I know my balls are smarter than him. And the people like him, they feed to those people because they use race and they use this immigration, they use all of this because white people just fear not having everything to themselves. They live with this old ridiculous made up ideology that they are the everything to everything, and Republicans just keep trying to use this and put fear to these stupid people because they're not smart enough to travel nowhere, read a book or anything, and try to educate themselves on the evolution of the United States of America.
Fun around clip on that.
Because my thing is, I mean, it ain't gonna change, but it's just hilarious how much these people, these Republican people, try to have. Well, no, the Republican Party's like, no. At the end of the day, Republicans for the most part are racist because your base is racist. You can't go off what the politicians are. You go off who you go for to vote for you. They don't. They go for pure racist people that have one ideology. You know what I'm saying?
There's a proverb. I don't know what.
And coons, black coons.
I don't know what kind of proverb it is, but it says like you know the character of a man for how he treats those he doesn't need to treat well, and so like that's basically like what we have here, where we know the intent of the Republican Party by how you treat the people that you don't need to treat well, and how you treat the people that you feel you need to treat well. You know, especially in light of this pandemic, we saw that full stop. You know, who got money, who didn't. You know what I mean? Think about Americans. The American people for 9 months were given $1,200. You know, and so right, and that's the American people. That's the people that you were put in charge to take care of and to govern. And then to your friends, who are the people who are supposed to be helping you make the decisions to help govern the people that don't have the power to fend for themselves for 9 months, you then gave $900 trillion. So there is the cut and dry, where people always tell me like, oh, well, it's just not as simple as looking at it as who's racist and who's not. And it is so confusing to me, because it's like, no, I mean, it's very simple, you know, it's just whether you're choosing to look at it or not, you know, and you choose to look at it because you are on the side, or you choose not to look at it because you are on the side that it benefits. Why are we looking at it? Why is it glaring us in the face? Because it's the big ass wall that he's trying to build. That's why we can see it. You know who doesn't see the wall? You know who doesn't talk about the wall, or who doesn't care about the wall? The people who don't see it. People who don't see it, it doesn't matter. Oh, I'm a trillion. I'm Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon. I don't care about a fucking wall. I don't care.
It's beyond. I don't even know my money. I don't touch nothing.
The CEO of Uber showed up to Trump's advisor meeting. And then when people called him out on Twitter, he was like, I'm sorry, I back up. You had to have people on Twitter tell you, no.
They're very, very out of touch.
Like, no, I would say that they're very aware. They're very aware, but what they're out of touch with is now how to hide it. Before, they didn't have things like technology and shit beating down their door to shine light on how they were treating people. In the days of segregation, it was as simple as saying, no, I'm going to put you here in this box so that you don't see this box. And how dare you come across the street? I'll kill you if you do. And now we can't have that. So now it's like, shit, we don't know how to hide anymore. And now it just has come to things like appointing someone like Donald Trump as president, and someone like Donald Trump refusing to leave the White House. That's what it's come to, because now the cover has been thrown back. And so people who feel like they can hide behind the ruse of, oh no, it's not as simple, it's just political views and it has nothing to do with ethics or morality. Sure.
Donald Trump knows nothing politics or policy.
People who say it has nothing to do with ethics or morality have that privilege, like you said, to not have to worry about ethics or morality, because
they're on that side.
You're far away from oppression or someone being able to oppress you, because you have the freedoms that you say that all Americans have. Or, rich people love to say, we all have the same rights and freedom, blah, 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 blah. Only rich people, only wealthy rich people say that. And they don't realize, or maybe they do realize that they're coming from a place of privilege, but and it's unfortunate because a lot of these people grew up, they've never had to suffer for whatever. And then the people that had, I know y'all heard the phrase about, black people making it and they forget that they're black first or whatever. And so they forget where they're from. 10 toes down, ain't that don't apply to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you make it out the hood, fuck the hood. Where now I think it's shifting. I feel like it's kind of shifting where people who, we're trying to buy back the block, essentially, and leaving the hood but not leaving the hood as far as like at least putting your money back into it. Well, I hope that's where it's shifting.
I feel like the message, I kind of agree with you. I feel like the message is shifting to that, but I don't feel like the actual work is. I feel like
it takes
honestly,
time.
I feel like
first comes the message.
Yeah, but I feel like
hopefully
honestly,
it sinks in.
But I feel like honestly we have now more, especially young black, wealthy and rich, that are not taking that sort of stance where they're saying I'm gonna put back into my hood or anything like that.
I don't know. I went to school with a lot of people who are doing very, very well, and they are.
Well, I'm talking. Yeah, no, I'm talking about. The
famous
normal
people.
person.
I don't know. Sure.
I'm talking about
21 Savage is the only person I can think of who's and him and Blueface.
Right, and see, that's what I'm saying.
A couple other people.
I'm talking about more notables. You're always gonna have, and that is almost.
We need regular black people.
No, we do. I'm not saying that. I thought we were more so talking about when it comes to just a stance that you can hear. That's all. That of course, there's gonna be a mix when it comes to people who are doing A or B, in certain demographics. But I'm talking about as far as what I can see. I don't know. I feel like it's, like I said, the message is trending that way, and I hope that it goes. I really do. But
I don't know. I don't know. In my circles, I'm seeing a lot of like property owning and buying up shit like in the places where they grew up,
I feel like that
in
always happened.
In different
We've always had black business owners, black real estate, and all that stuff that circulated. I think
because of social media.
That's what I'm saying. The message is going there. The
but
knowledge is spreading.
I know, and it's making the world smaller. Therefore, more people are doing it. I feel like
because
of
social,
social.
two different things. We're talking about two different things. Now that you're going.
I feel like you got something to say from them.
But yeah, I'm trying.
You just gotta cut in.
I was about to say,
yeah,
it's like
because I was more so thinking like, yes, I agree with you in that aspect. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. The message is going that way. But when it comes to, like, for instance, people like I saw like Lil Pump, all right,
at the
just recently,
Trump rally.
right? Someone who just 2 years ago tweeted that he was like, "Fuck Donald Trump." Now is promoting Donald Trump, and this is somebody that is of status, seen as well-to-do, that has now used his platform to fulfill a horrible message and to be attached to a horrible message. And so I feel like I'm seeing more of that as we saw what happened with Q, and now we have the whole apology tour and all of that kind of stuff. So I feel like that stuff now, we're also seeing the covers like thrown back on that. Like I've never seen so many black Republicans or black people who I think would be siding with Trump. Have you?
This is telling of the situation though. Like,
right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
saying.
So I'm agreeing with you, but I'm like,
50 Cent is 50.
He was joking.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? Wayne?
Well, Wayne.
No, she said 50 Cent.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But Wayne too. He's like.
No, Wayne wasn't joking.
50 Cent got caught.
I think he was making a joke. I wouldn't be surprised. I think when he did on social media was being joking.
Yeah, he's like endorsed Trump, and then when people like called him out for him, he was like, "Oh nah, I didn't." Really,
I think he was being 50 Cent with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was being 50 Cent with that. I think he's a quiet Trump person.
I mean,
yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like
What do y'all think is gonna happen next though? Like, say, okay, Biden wins, whatever. I think because Trump is still there until January.
Right.
You feel me? Legally.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be a bad situation out here for just everybody. You know what I'm saying? And
did anyone see the post about they were gonna force Donald out?
Well, yeah, Biden posted something. He tweeted something saying that the U.S. government is fully capable of escorting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, it's by law. By law, you have
Facts.
to be gone once the new president comes to term. So the thing is that if the only way he can be
I'm
there
talking. So
past
if
January,
can he stay till like I'm saying like
he can stay till January. He legally stays till
so
January.
they can't force him out until January.
Right, correct.
Basically.
But
He's a squatter right now.
But however, the way he can, and knowing Donald Trump, mark my words, this is what will happen.
Oh gosh.
Okay, because he's not a dumb man. He's
At
an
all.
ignorant man.
Yeah.
Okay, he's actually really intelligent. He is going to probably draw this out legally to where he can be able to be in the White House for longer than January. Because that's why, if you notice, even in states he was clearly going to lose, he sued. Okay?
Right.
Now, if you get even a judge to kind of sort of hear your case, you are now entering into a legal term that probably will last at least 4 to 8 weeks.
Well, they've been turning them down left and right, though.
They two have so far.
But he gonna try.
He's trying, but
He's
that's my
gonna
point.
fight
That's
tooth
my
and
point.
nail.
And if he can't think about it, if he can't legally get his shot off, basically.
I don't know, man.
if
I think
can't
everybody's gonna be united to get his ass.
Of
out
course
the way.
we are,
You
but
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying just
That
count
don't mean
on
he
that.
ain't gonna do it.
Count on that. He's
Okay.
gonna really
He
try.
gonna-
I think it's something more. I think volatile is gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I think
it's like some Olympics
gonna
of fall and
National
shit.
Guard.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Because you think about it, everybody in that White House is probably like, "Fuck this nigga," but then there's some that's with him.
Right, that will come
Ain't
to the
no
White
telling
House
who that
and,
is.
Ain't
and
no
hold
telling.
ground.
I'm talking Secret Service, whoever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You have no idea who
anything
he
can
got in
happen.
his pocket.
He already got a wall right there.
Right.
You ready to build the wall? Like, he already know. He knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like at worst Civil War, like that shit is really finna happen.
Yeah. I can see it.
Not to be a downer,
No,
but
We gotta be realistic. We gotta.
It's all options on the table.
We gotta be ready for anything.
I mean, look at it. It feels like everything has been building up to this.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something. I know it's probably. Well, I'll tell you something. Like it's like this past New Year's, right? This past New Year's, me and my homeboy Nate, we was out on my cousin crib on 117th and Racine, or whatever. And, it's the neighborhood or whatever, and it's midnight, and the niggas just started letting off shots, right? But it sounded like it was 100 niggas just letting every piece of ammo they got go. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the new year started. My grandmother would always tell me, like, however you start your years, that's telling of how the rest of the year is going to be.
Wow.
Right? So then we leave, right? It's quiet. And we get to the light, and this guy coming off the ramp just speeds past probably like 60, 70 miles an hour. And I almost hit somebody about to turn onto the street or whatever. And luckily, dude got out the way, but homie hit the tree on the other side. And I was just like, what the fuck? And now look at where we are now.
Wow.
See,
That's
shit.
wild.
I believe in shit like that, G. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. To my point, like,
Yeah.
like the writing's on the wall, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's crazy because as everybody was saying that this year was gonna be like the year. If you looked at all of the articles for this year, like they're every sort of kind of psychic, or astrological year was like, nope, this year's gonna be
It's
wild.
gonna be wild
There's just gonna be some crazy stuff happening. Prepare for this. Your emotions gonna be everywhere, like everything. And now I'm like going back and like even reading like my personal horoscope in the CoStar app, like going back to like December 2019 and be like, what's my next year gonna look like? I'm like, why didn't I read this earlier?
Yeah, but we made it.
Right?
So
You're
far.
still here, yeah.
Still
Man,
here.
this has been the longest year, shortest like
Yeah,
fall,
it's
summer
a
ever.
weird situation.
Like from January to like July was about 3.5 years. And then from July to now, it's been about 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so
Like,
weird.
I
It's
think
so
we've
weird.
had some beautiful weather though, like
Yeah.
as a result of getting
it's
shut
been
in.
crazy
You know
everywhere.
what I'm
But you know what that means? Storms. And I'm a science motherfucker, so I'm gonna tell you right now, all this beautiful ass weather. Get
Storms
ready.
are brewing.
Number one, earthquake. All right. Listen,
We've had a few. Y'all
listen,
felt the
I don't
other one
believe.
the other
Listen,
week,
I don't want
right?
to talk nothing up. I don't want to talk nothing up. But listen, just me being the science motherfucker that I am, the weather that we're having right now. When I tell you that probably in the next 2 years we will see a 7-pointer in LA, dead ass.
Damn.
So
on that note,
trust me.
we're gonna get up out of
Speak
here.
that into existence.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna get up out of here for this motherfucking Shake the Podcast. We ain't got no episode.
Hey, remember when we was here? There was an
Hey, we
earthquake.
did do it.
I watched that episode. That shit was funny as hell.
This nigga said, oh shit. I'm like, nigga, what? I'm like, oh shit, this bitch.
Like, get the fuck
That
out of here.
nigga said, earthquake.
Wow.
Hey, so we're finna get up out of here for this first part of the episode.
Yeah.
Let's give thanks to our guest Furlought for that for his drop and his presence on this episode.
Man, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
We'll have this man back sooner than you think.
Hey.
Message. As always, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button so y'all get all the notifications when we drop on there. For our listeners, make sure y'all subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Spotify. And I forgot, make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at LFTC Podcast. On Instagram, that is LFTC Podcast. For all 599, these audio stations, LFTC Podcast. Also on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at LFTC_podcast. Okay?
Yeah.
Of course, as always, I got my man to the right.
Mr. Gray.
And there's the lady at the couch.
Candace Joy.
And it's your boy MP as always. We up out of here. Yes, sir.